sort of how the media treats all of the shootings, and that, you know, certain shootings, if it's a white cop and a black suspect, then we treat it a certain way. If it's a black cop and a white one, we treat it differently. A lot of times the same people who are outraged over it one way, then the next day it happens the other way, then they ignore the story. The way everyone's playing this really twisted game with policing right now.
There's money in black people's emotions, right? We're probably the most emotional people, a group of people, if you want a group, in the country. Twice as many white people have been shot this year unarmed than black people in America. Almost every year, the case is that more white people get shot unarmed than black people. And
now, I want y'all to pay close attention to his words. Now, they're talking about, I'm thinking they're talking about fatal shootings, but he's saying shootings. Now, they're talking about the outrage. Now, are black people outraged of just everyday shootings, like someone don't die? Or are they outraged by unarmed black men being shot when there is no weapons involved? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because when he says shootings is different than fatal shootings. So think about that. Now, when he said, now this video was uploaded in October of 2019. So he said twice the amount of white people were shot than black people, which could be true. But I really think they're talking about fatal shootings, and that's not true. Now, I have the stats from 2019. There was 1,400 people shot fatally by the police in 2019. And the breakdown was 370 white people were shot fatally, 235 black people were shot fatally. Now, by these stats, and we're talking about fatal shootings, that wasn't twice the number. Whites was shot and killed more by 370, but there was only 135 people difference in the shootings. Now, also, you have to look at the population also. The black population is around 12.7%. The non-white Hispanic population for whites is at 60%. Now, if you put in the white Hispanic population, add that to the white population, you come up to 70%. So you cannot tell me that these numbers jives. You can't. 38% of whites in 2019 were shot and killed. Now, 23% of blacks out of that 1,004 were shot and killed fatally. How can that be considered equal? It can't. Look at the population. Blacks are being killed at a higher rate than whites when it comes to police shootings. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But listen to Brandon Tatum, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that blacks are being killed at a higher rate. He's saying that black people are emotional. No, we're not emotional. We just get upset because we are being killed at a higher rate than our white counterparts are. And they are 60 to 70% of the population. And there was only 38% of that 1,004 that was killed, that was white. It was 23% of that 1,004 that was black. So why wouldn't black people be more outraged? Because they're being killed at a higher rate. Bottom line. Now, I'm going to let you listen to a little bit more of this because he said something else I want to focus on. So let's listen.
White people are not going to be doing what black people are doing, right? I don't see white people protesting. I remember in New Mexico, they had a shooting in New Mexico. The officer shot the guy in the back. He was mentally ill, shot him in the back. I thought it was ridiculous for him to shoot the guy with the rifle in the back from such a distance. Killed him. It was a bad shooting. I think the officer got fired. They all got in trouble. White people aren't out here protesting.
Now, this is the part I want y'all to home in on also. He said that white people don't protest. Shootings, killings. You know, Brandon, let me tell you something. If you have been oppressed for over 400 some years in this country, you have went from slavery to Jim Crow to all kind of racism, and you still going through that, you are going to protest. White people haven't been through all of that. So no, they're not going to protest like black people do. When black people feel like they're being done injustice on a daily basis. See, Brandon and Candace have forgotten what color they are. You know, they really have. But like I said, they are race hustlers. And they're good at it. Because they're turning a profit off of the back of black people. You know, I flipped through some charts earlier. And this chart right here. Now, this right here is from 2015. It said, despite making up only 2% of the total U.S. population. Now, they're talking about the age of 15 to 34. This is what they're talking about. So when they said 2%, that's what they're talking about. Despite making up only 2% of the total U.S. population, African-American males between the ages of 15 and 34 comprise more than 15% of all deaths logged this year by an ongoing investigation into the use of deadly force by police. Their rate of police-involved deaths was 5 times higher than for white men of the same age. Now, this is 2015. 2015. 5 times higher than white males of the same age. See, Brandon, this is what the kind of evidence you need to be putting out. Instead of you putting out this bogus information, acting like white people are just being killed more than black people by the police. And it's not true. There are too many stats out there, Brandon. Too many stats out there. Y'all need to wake up and understand these people are race hustlers. Brandon Tatum and Candace Owens are nothing but race hustlers. That's it. Race hustlers.